right. Are you guys ready?
Let's fucking go!
Flips table.
Okay.
I choose you. Season 7's our destiny. Let's eat some Alolan food. I choose you.
Hello, and welcome to I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. My name is Jeremy Zielik. I'm the host and Alton Brown of the group, and joining me this week, as always, is...
Your friend on this show, Ben Montoya.
Ian Davis, the Vivian Westwood of the show.
Ooh.
And Evan Ing Aubrey.
Oh, shit.
Okay. We need like 20 horns going off right now because we're fucking back. We're so back. You thought it was over, but we're back.
We're back.
We're so back.
We're back, and we're also live at San Diego's Comic-Con.
Yeah. You hear that huge crowd in the background?
There's so much cosplay happening right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. People dressing up as like Alton Brown and Guy Fieri, and they're like, "I would cook this Pokemon this way," and it's like, God, if you thought the fucking strikes were hitting the studios hard, they've decimated San Diego Comic-Con this year.
Well,
because
they
had to hire us.
I thought there were going to be a lot more Guy Fieris out there, but most people are dressed like Evan, like they just came in on stilts.
Oh,
See, because Evan's tall.
I would love for people to one day cosplay as podcast hosts, but not in like a fun Adventure Zone character kind of way. It's just like as the person that they are. Just like t-shirt, stilts, blonde wig.
Yeah, there's assigned seating, like there's a quarter of the room for each of us, and everyone in my corner has a fake mustache and a bathrobe.
it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that because I did see a lot of people dressed up as some almonds or some walnuts, maybe some cashews. D's nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
San D's nuts.
God, we are so fucking back. God
Yeah.
damn it. Oh. And just to prove how fucking back we are, I want to reveal a drink. Are we ready for LaCroix Boys?
Yes.
Bring it.
Do it, Ben.
Season 7 LaCroix Boys.
Uh-huh.
So y'all are familiar with the soda Cactus Cooler, correct?
Yes.
No,
Sure.
It's like you would know the packaging. I'll show you in a second.
That's not like Travis Scott's cacti, is it?
No,
it's
it's different. It's older than Travis Scott. It goes way back. It's just like orange soda, I'm pretty sure. Maybe there's like some sort of other tropical fruit element in there.
Ben, are you saying there's no fucking cactus in this Cactus Cooler?
Not to my knowledge. But I saw it's something that's I don't even really think about all that much, but sometimes you see it at a taco stand or something like that, and you're like, oh, that sounds refreshing. But in the liquor store, I saw something interesting, and I had to purchase it strictly because of this show and the wordplay involved in this one, because it's an alcoholic Cactus Cooler, and it's called a succulent sipper.
Ooh.
So do you suck or do you sip?
And it's huge.
It's fucking huge.
It's gigantic. So,
Was it 99 cents?
no.
It's not a fucking
was not
Arizona
99
iced tea.
cents. Oh, it's not good. It just tastes like orange soda, but like flat. Like flat orange soda.
That's a disappointment.
But it's like double-handed. I have to, it's like taller than a tall boy. A taller boy.
Oh. Is that
Real
like
Evan
is
drink.
that like that's a real me drink. That's my tall boy. It's like if you had a tall boy and then stacked like one of the mini cans on top. Is that about the height?
Yeah, basically. Like, because I feel like a regular tall boy, like pint, usually like ends like around here or so.
Right.
But
Yeah.
there's like a little bit extra.
Nice.
So the succulent sipper.
Ben does not recommend. Maybe we'll get over it.
I'm sure by the time that I get all the way done with it, I won't even care. But underwhelming.
That was a
Ian,
delayed crack.
Yeah, Ian, I heard you crack. What are you cracking?
There's only one thing to crack on episode season 7. and that is a pure LaCroix.
The
Pure.
Unflavored.
Oh wow!
Oh,
it really
shit,
does
it's-
match your background.
It's melding into the
Yeah,
the
where's
Funky
your
Kong
wife
background.
beater and sunglasses and bandana? You need the whole. Well, I guess you got the sleeveless shirt. Oh, that's what the whole. I see now. You are.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so
there it
actually,
is.
another good I Choose You cosplay would be as Funky Kong, but you have to also hold a can of pure LaCroix for the
And you
joke
have
to
to-
really hit.
And you have to stand directly behind someone cosplaying as me.
Yeah. And sometimes you gotta
Oh.
like fade in and out of each other, like you do
Yeah.
into Funky Kong when the lights are low.
Or maybe the Ian cosplay is like the background with Funky Kong behind them, like kind of like
Like you're walking around with a square attached to your back.
Yes.
Yeah, right, like a poster board kind of thing.
Yes.
That's good.
This week I'm drinking the Trader Joe's sparkling water, but it's watermelon lemonade flavor, and I've got to say, pretty good.
Nice. I
What you
too
got,
went to Trader Joe's today, and I picked up a combo pack of the Ashland Hard Seltzer, and this one is raspberry lemonade.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I want to let the listeners in on a little secret, which is before the show, I was out at dinner with my family, and special family gathering, getting together. So I've actually consumed 2 margaritas before coming here. So despite the
Ew.
fact that I'm drinking a non-alcoholic beverage, I'm a little chill, to say the least.
He's blitzed right now.
That kind of sounds like what a high schooler would say to like prove that they're like, I had 2 margaritas, just so you know.
I'm already feeling it, guys.
I'm actually fine. I don't need any drinks. I had 2 margaritas with my family earlier.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's I'm not gonna out myself as a complete lightweight, but that's a decent amount of alcohol. I'm pretty.
Oh, no. You're good.
Was it were they like house margs? Was the rim spicy? Tell me about these.
Okay, so one margarita is watermelon flavored. Both rims were just salt, but the watermelon one was a little lighter. But then I had a silver coin margarita, and that one hits a little harder. So it's definitely
Going Marg
Yes.
Wild.
yes.
Marg Wild.
I fucking go Marg Wild all the time. This is like the first margaritas I've had in like a month. I've been fucking deprived, guys, and I need to get fucking back. I'm so fucking back.
Well, and it's so fucking hot. It like this summer specifically is just ridiculously hot. So you got to do whatever you got to do to stay cool.
Yeah.
And
slam some margs.
Jeremy, I feel like it's now my duty since I have traveled outside of the U.S. I went to Italy, if you didn't know.
Mamma mia.
Wait.
Mamma mia.
You went to Italy?
I went to Italy, and it was at the peak of the heat wave. Luckily, I was a little further north, so I didn't get entirely roasted, but it was still pretty hot. And
it wasn't like 40 degrees Celsius where you were, right?
I swear that like the country of Italy is sponsored by Aperol. Because everywhere has like some version of an Aperol spritz, and that's like all you drink all the time in Italian summers.
Not like a nice wine or anything like that. It's just Aperol.
It was mostly Aperol. People like ditched the wine in favor of the spritzes this summer.
I'm thinking it goes all the way to the top, like the Vatican.
Yeah, the Pope is like...
Yeah, the Pope is bought out by Aperol. His Pope mobile has like the Aperol logo on the side.
Yes.
Catholic Church subsidized by Aperol. Well, everyone's favorite bit on the show is talking about how I've been places. But both the reason that we have been gone for so long is both Evan and Ian have been on their worldly travels. So I must know.
Do tell.
What was it like outside of the United States? And
This was
what
our
kind of-
era's world tour.
Yes. What kind of food and drink did you consume while away?
Yeah.
Take it, Evan.
Yeah, so I went to Italy and I went to Croatia. I think my favorite food, like Italy, obviously you got your standards. You got your pizza, you got your pasta, you got your breads, all good stuff. But Croatia pleasantly surprised me with all of their really good seafood. I had some very good like octopus dishes with lots of like fresh olives and things. That was really tasty. But one of the dishes that they're very known for is a squid ink risotto that was incredible.
Oh, nice.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was like definitely black, pure black, but it was like the most flavorful thing. It was very good. I had a lot of seafood that night. That was a pretty good dinner.
Is there like a specific style or like I don't know, like grouping, something that you would compare like Croatian food generally to?
It's grouped within like Mediterranean food, so it's all pretty fresh. It's all very like olivey and like they don't really use a lot of dairy, which is great. All of it tastes very fresh. It's like if you were to just eat caprese salads minus the cheese like all year round.
Okay, so like a lot of veggies.
Yeah,
and, like,
tons of veggies. There was some good meat. Like we had some good street food, or like
nice.
Like there's some down home cooking. We went to this other restaurant that was all staffed by like Croatian grandmothers, just making the hits.
Nice.
We had some really good like goulash that had a meat in it that was delicious. Yeah, it was good stuff.
Interesting.
Nice.
What about you,
Where
Ian?
would you say like in Croatia is like, if someone were to say like, Evan, I want to go to Croatia, what are the highlights?
If you want to feel like you're in Game of Thrones, go to Dubrovnik, and that's very cool. It's pretty touristy, but it's a pretty small town actually. But it's very cool and very historic. It's like the entire old town is encased in a wall, basically. Yeah, like Game of Thrones, you know. There's only 3 entrances into the whole town, and like you go through these gates through the wall. It's very cool, and you can like do a tour around the wall, like walking the top of it. So I think that'd be a good like historical place to check out. Split is really cool too. That was the other place I went to. It's a much bigger city, but it's much more modernized. Like there's just, skyscrapers. Obviously there's some older buildings, but it's pretty new now. But yeah, Dubrovnik was a lot of fun.
Cool.
Did some kayaking.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Sick. Ian, I heard you went to merry old Ireland. How was that?
It was nice. It was a crisp, like 60 degrees every day and raining.
Oh,
Okay.
I wish I had that. Well, maybe not the raining part.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially like the only like transportation we used was like a bus to and from the airport and like a train from Dublin to Galway. So the rest of the time we were walking, and like there were a couple of days where we just got fucking
Poured on.
soaked.
Oh,
Yeah.
No
That's
umbrella,
rough.
just like I found out like the jacket that is waterproof like here in Albuquerque is not waterproof.
Different definition of water.
just seeped through.
Yeah. But it was green, it was beautiful. Food wise, pub food every day, fish and chips, get a stew, all that stuff. They don't know what vegetables are there.
Okay.
Mushy peas, as Jeremy gave me a heads up.
That's as close as you get.
Yikes.
It is. It's the greenest thing on the plate.
Yeah, and they're not good.
Oof.
Pretty
It's
bland.
basically
I actually liked them.
The
But I
mashed
like
not,
peas.
not for me. I don't love peas in the first place, but it's probably the worst way to serve them.
It's a unique choice. Like I don't know why. I don't know why. Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a...
Is there like some sort of seasoning to it? I'm
What?
struggling to
Seasoning,
think of any
Ben?
sort of like flavor
Hold
besides
on,
it
Ben.
just being like overcooked. Is it like? Is
It's
there anything to it?
You could put some
it
salt
was-
on it.
yeah. Salt is the only seasoning known to Ireland kind.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought I like peas a lot. Like I'll just eat them frozen from the bag. That's like a fun summertime snack.
Wait,
that
so
I
you
grew
were
up
shitting
on.
on me last season for eating frozen waffles, but you'll just eat frozen peas out of a bag.
I was about to say
Yeah.
this is like a repeat of the frozen waffle
Yeah.
debacle.
I don't know. That one feels more natural than the other. I don't know what to say.
Yeah,
It just
because
sounds
what's
like you're
more
trying to eat
natural?
Rocks again.
Yeah.
Like, what is the point?
I don't know. It's cool. It's like instead of eating like an ice cream cone, you save the calories, eat some frozen peas. It's good for you.
Just put some peas in a cone. Call it
Yes.
good.
Did you tell the Irish
I would do
that?
that.
You're like, if you froze these, they would be even better.
No. And here's why. I watched all these YouTube videos, read all these articles, and they're like, the Irish are the nicest people you'll ever fucking meet. So
jeez.
kind and good, and like they're gonna strike up conversations with you, and they're so chatty. Fucking assholes. Every last one.
Oh no.
Shit. Oh no.
If you're
Sorry
an
to
Irish
all our
listener of
Irish
the show,
listeners.
I'm not. Learn some manners. God damn it. Absolutely miserable. Maybe they're the nicest people in Europe, but compared to like Midwestern United States, Bunch of cucks.
Oh,
Croatians are pretty
a
nice.
bunch of cucks.
Roasted. I'll say this: when I went to Ireland, everyone was very nice to me. So I don't know.
Wow. Must be nice.
And Ian even liked their peas, and they were still mad.
Yes, I still hated him.
Drove me up the wall. Drove me up the fucking wall. It didn't help. The very first interaction I had with an Irish person was like, flew all the way there, didn't sleep a wink, so I was like absolutely fucked. I like look up the like bus stop that I need like a ticket for. I walk up to the ticket counter, and the guy's just like sitting there staring at his phone. I'm like, hey, like, you know, how are you? Like, is this where I can get a ticket? Very like friendly and like non-confident. And he just looks up at me like I'm a fucking idiot. And I'm like, so at that point I was like, yeah, this was a courtesy to you. I was like, just give me a fucking ticket to here. Like, don't even like, he was just like rude the whole time. And that set the tone for but the wait staff wasn't friendly.
Oh, no.
I don't know. Take it or leave it. I would leave the people there.
Keep
the sheep.
Okay.
But keep the sheep. I held a really good lamb that was really, really nice. Country was beautiful. Guinness does hit different there. Must admit.
Okay.
So did you have a Guinness and a Bulmers, the two staples of every pub?
I didn't have a Bulmer. I had a what is it? I think they're called Smithwicks. It's like a red ale that is like the other, considered to be, according to the people who talk to me, like the other big beverage besides Guinness. It's like, imagine a red ale, but it's like got the smooth, almost creaminess of a Guinness.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Nice.
It was really good, and also the best cider I ever had.
Okay.
Orchard Thieves was
Wow.
pretty
Okay. Well, that
remarkable.
seems like a highlight, honestly.
Oh yeah, that was great. I'm just not like I can't like put them back like
Yeah.
Jeremy can. So I had like, you know, maybe one a day, if that.
Yeah.
But food was good. Went to a really good Indian place, and he was like, "How spicy do you want it?" And I was like, "Let's go hot." And he was like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, do you want tourist hot or like real hot?
Right.
Well, and that's the thing. Like we ate there. We actually went back twice because it was so good. And the first
Hell
time I was
yeah.
like, "Fine, like I'll do medium." You know, I know my limits.
And it wasn't.
It wasn't hot at all.
Yeah.
Surely it was like medium for the Irish, but not for
Yeah.
a New Mexican. So next time I went back, I was like, "Give it to me hot," and he's like, "Are you sure?" It was the same waiter, and I was like, "Yeah, like do it to me."
This time. Level
and I'm
2.
ready.
Let's fucking go.
Yes.
Pretty sure it gave me it was less spicy than before. So
What?
I don't know.
What the hell?
They just
Oh,
didn't trust
Irish.
me. I don't know.
But it tasted good, other than not being spicy.
Oh, remarkable, incredible chai.
So are we
Non-Irish
gonna start beefing with the Irish now? Is that what you're saying?
Joe Biden,
not-
get on this podcast and defend the Irish.
I did see in Galway they had a whole public park dedicated to JFK, so that was nice.
Wow. Did you,
It's like
did you
when I
jump
went-
off of a grassy knoll?
Yeah.
Lots of grassy knolls there.
So fucking many.
I didn't get to ask anyone like what if his head just did that, but I was curious.
Leave that as like a piece of paper on like a memorial.
Yes.
Just like, what if his head just did that?
Well, it's like when I went to Ireland near Limerick. There's the Obama gas station because one of his family members is from that area of Ireland, and it's a whole gas station with an Obama museum in it.
Wow. Has he been?
I think he has been there. It was very strange.
Interesting.
It was a good trip. I'd go back. Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
Well, we are so fucking back.
Yeah, and
Boys
because you
are
guys
back in town.
Okay, let me ask you both. You just were in Europe. How do you feel about the fact that you can't get free water at restaurants?
I was not as upset. Tori, on the other hand, was like, I just want some fucking tap water, and they're like, sorry, that's not a thing at these restaurants. It's either cone gas or with gas or not
Right.
gas,
Yeah.
and it's all bottled, and they're all like just enough for 2 glasses, so you have to like order multiple bottles of water, and it's like a whole thing.
You know, I got free tap water in Ireland. They were okay with it.
What?
There you
Now
go.
that
Yeah.
they're not in the EU.
Yeah. No, Ireland's in the EU. No, don't want to.
Oh, it's
start
just
any international.
Britain.
Yeah, just the UK's out of the EU. Don't want to start any international conflicts here.
And Northern Ireland is not in.
That's part of the UK.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Oh, right.
Yeah, you didn't go to like Belfast or anything though. So
no.
Okay, so yeah. Yeah, cool. Well, thanks for regaling us with your many travels, and I hope in the future you keep reminding us that you've been to these places, in a very steadfast and uncertain manner. But normally, I would say the show is usually about cooking and eating Pokemon, and if I'm gazing through the mists of time, it appears to me that we have entered our 7th season on this, our 201st episode of I Choose You. So we're gonna take a little vacation of ourselves. We're gonna head on down to the Alolan Islands. It's fucking island time. I bet Jimmy Buffett would be proud of this. He's no longer making a Jamaica Mistake. He's going to Alola to enjoy himself. Maybe he'll build a Margaritaville there. Me and Jimmy Buffett, we have very different backgrounds, but we can agree on the same thing, which is that, a whole town dedicated to margaritas sounds great.
I think actually you can find a lot of bipartisan support for that.
For margaritas?
Margarita Town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that your Jimmy Buffett knockoff, Margarita Town?
Yeah.
But we're hanging out in these islands, and guess what? We announced this episode all the way back in April, and then we changed our plans for the next 3 months. But we're here now. It's official. We're finally cooking and eating Salazzle. Maybe I got to do a quick recap of what we do. Each week on I Choose You, we randomly select a new Pokemon to cook and eat. We share with each other the best recipes, and then we vote in a very democratic and official manner who has the most delicious recipe possible. So, yes, Salazzle is this week's Pokemon, and I don't remember who won last time.
I think it's
Doesn't matter.
clean slate now.
Clean slate.
Yes. So I'm going to go with, let's start with Ben this week. Let's say that.
Whoa. All right. Well, okay, so yeah, Salazzle, we chose this Pokemon a long time ago, like you said, and it always sticks out in my memory because
It's so sexy.
it is very sexy. And not in the kind of like, oh, you guys are being fucking freaks over there. Like, you just have to pull up the Bulbapedia page, and like, there's just the smirk, the eyes that she's giving, the shapeliness. It's like they were really asking for it. If the Pokemon Company did not want people to do what they do with Salazzle and whatnot, then they wouldn't have made it so sexy. But that's good, because Salazzle's a very unique species, and from what I could tell on the Bulbapedia page, inspired by lesbian lizards from New Mexico.
Oh.
So I felt like this was an awesome Pokemon for us to debut our new season on. So the reason why I say that is it's a species that's only female. So when you're raising your Salandit, if it's male, it'll never evolve into a Salazzle. But and apparently that's based off of a species of lizard called the New Mexico whiptail. I don't know if you guys had ever heard of this. This is the first time I'd ever discovered this lizard.
I didn't know the correlation, but I've heard of our lizard before.
Yeah, so
Sure, I've seen this lizard before, but I haven't like done research. You know what I'm saying?
I had never heard of it before, and it's crazy. It's a whiptail, a New Mexico whiptail that is a crossbreed between a western whiptail and a little striped whiptail, and they're all female, and they somehow procreate to make their own species. And their common nickname, apparently, according to Wikipedia, is lesbian lizards.
Oh, there you go.
And if you want more info, you can always Google lesbian lizards and into Google Images, safe search off, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Nice.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. Very unique situation, very unique Pokemon. And I was thinking for Salazzle, and knowing this connection to our home, why not make some food that salizzles like a fajita.
Ooh.
Oh,
Do we order this at the Salazzle?
Yes, exactly. Salazzle.
yeah.
And I feel like maybe the fajita isn't a food that you necessarily associate with lesbian lizards, but let me make the case. Remember
Okay.
that Family Guy skit or like joke that was like vaginas, and it's like, haha, that's so funny. It sounds like you're saying vagina. So enter
The connection was there all along.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
Seth MacFarlane called it many years ago.
Yes. We love lesbians and lesbians love fajitas. And so that's why I'm making some Salazzle fajitas today. So to make our fajitas, we're going to want to chop up our Salazzle meat. And I'm thinking that you can kind of treat it like a chicken, because if you look at those gams, they got kind of a chicken drumstick shape to them. And so, chop off the legs, shred the meat. You're going to marinate it in a mixture with some lime juice, some garlic, all that good stuff. And then you're going to throw it on the grill, give it a good sizzling, salazzling with some onions and peppers, and then serve it up on our nice hot Salazzle plate that is so loud that everyone in the restaurant, turns their head, goes, ooh, ah. And I'm thinking this is a little bit of a step. I already did like a fajita recipe famously on this show.
What your most famous recipe, I would argue.
Thank you. This one is not a basketball themed fajita restaurant. This is more like at a normal restaurant, and the fajita is like a kind of a specialty item. It's not like everyone's getting the fajitas and having it thrown around willy-nilly.
No one's shooting
style.
free throws and eating fajitas at the same time.
Right.
But Ben, are you saying these fajitas are as loud as seeing like Oppenheimer and IMAX, and like when the nuke test goes off, it's like they take it out and it's like whoosh, as it goes out across the restaurant.
Basically, it's kind of the Inception noise of sizzling. Whenever they walk out and deliver them to our fine lesbians, it's an Inception noise.
So is it an Inception? Is it like a continuous Inception noise as you're like walking across the restaurant, or is it like you take the lid off and it's like bwomp as you present it?
It's like it's like the minute that they open the kitchen doors and they like swing through and they're walking through the restaurant like bwomp.
Yeah, so if everyone's ordering fajitas, it's just bwomp, 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 bwomp.
Exactly. Yeah. But hypothetically, this is just one. It's not everyone's ordering fajitas. That's a little, it's a kind of a special treat.
Well, I don't know if it's so loud. I think Ian would agree that everyone would order it, right?
Some people would.
This is what I'm picturing is like, oh yeah, can I get the fajitas? And they're like, oh yeah, and then like they come back like a few minutes ahead of the meal, and you know how like they'll bring you like little wet naps if you order like ribs. Well, there's like a little napkin. You open it up and there's some earplugs.
Ooh.
Oh,
there you
yes.
go.
And that's really all I want. I want like a true, like, give me a food that is a full body experience.
Oh shit.
Because the last time I had fajitas was with Ben and Jeremy at a restaurant. I won't slanderize because
It's true. We actually discussed this, whether you were going to put them on blast at the time.
I don't want to shut them down with the I choose you.
Was it not good because it wasn't loud, or it wasn't tasty?
Yes.
Oh.
Ian told us at the restaurant, it's like, this tastes really good, but it wasn't loud enough.
I see.
Well, because it came and it's like I had to like put my ear to it to hear anything. Meanwhile, the guy like 4 tables away, like fucking going off because he got like the steak instead of the chicken.
He was loud.
Maybe steak is a louder meat. I don't know.
Do you think so? I have a question and maybe a theory about fajitas.
Okay.
If we collectively, either in a single state or across the country, ordered fajitas at the same time, we'd have like a Horton Hears a Who moment where like someone from the aliens from outer space would like register.
Whoa.
And they're like, man, that's a loud food.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then that's when we confirm that there is truly life out there.
I
Let's
thought
get
you were going to
fucking
say there's
Tom DeLonge on
monsters
this
on
shit.
this world.
Yeah.
Oh, that too.
I would love for the four of us to go to a restaurant and we all order the fajitas and we pull out our custom bibs that say it's heating up.
It's kind of like a flash mob
Yeah.
where everyone just like pulls out their bib and orders fajitas.
Do we all sit at like a different table, or maybe we're like all at the bar, we come separately, and then we like order in a line, and they're like, "What do you want?" And you're like, "Fajitas," and they're like, "Okay," and then they move to the next person in line, and like, "What do you want?" You're like, "Fajitas," and then the next person's like, "What do you want?" And you're like, "Fajitas."
I'll have what they're having.
Yeah. And then when they serve it, we all bring out matching bibs. Ooh, maybe they
Yes.
spell a sentence in front, like we sit in a row and they say,
We need
"It's
enough people
heating
to
up."
spell out fajitas.
Yes.
Everyone gets a letter.
Yeah.
And then like the whole time while we're eating it, we're like, "Oh, you got the fajitas too," but we're like, "Wow, this is so good. I can't hear you."
Oh,
over
did
the
you also
fajita."
get fajitas?
Yeah, wow. And Ian, since you want your food to be loud, maybe we have like a bunch of megaphones, even though we're like sitting right next to each other.
You just hold it up, the microphone part up to the food,
Yes.
and then amplify
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write a like contemporary music piece where someone comes on stage with fajitas and there are like contact mics in the food. It's like that piece with the cactuses.
Yes.
You could be the fucking next John Cage with your fajita symphony, what have you.
Fajita orchestra.
Yeah.
Okay, can a
Symphony for
fajita
fajitas.
write a symphony?
I mean, it's kind of true. I really like that idea, Evan, of like, what if one day we all decided everyone was going to order fajitas? You know what I mean? It's like, what would happen? What the restaurant industry would like crumble, probably, but like,
Yeah, we hit another supply chain issue, but something larger than that could also happen.
we could make
Yeah.
the sound heard around the world, around the universe.
The most
That's-
important
that's
sound in
beautiful.
human history, the sizzling of a fajita.
Yeah.
Nothing like it.
Well, anyway, that's the recipe I have for you today. Some
Wow.
Salazzle fajitas.
Delicious.
All right. Next up, let's say Evan goes next.
Oh, good. I'm glad you called on me because we're gonna continue our lizard themed food. But so okay, I've been traveling a little bit, and while I was not in the Albuquerque Sunport, you know what I normally stop at when I go to the Albuquerque International Sunport is everyone's favorite kiva juice. And so that's the first part of my setup here. Second part is Salazzle kind of reminds me of the Sobe lizard.
Fuck,
Okay.
A little
you're
bit.
so right.
If you look at it just right.
Damn, that Sobe lizard was kind of thick, huh?
Yeah, it is pretty thick. And so combining these two concepts together, you know how kiva juice always has, you know, ridiculous names or whatever. I'm presupposing here a razzmatazz Salazzle smoothie
Oh, fuck.
that is also alcoholic.
Oh,
Because
shit.
I was looking at Sobe's website and they have a whole section where it's like, oh, you can like make cocktails with our Sobe's. So here's instead of putting, you know, your protein blast or whatever in your kiva juice, we're gonna just put some vodka in it. So
Okay.
I wish I
it's,
could go to a kiva juice and be like, I don't want to be blasted with protein. I want to be blasted with your hardest alcohol.
So, and then just pour absinthe in it.
Yeah.
And then, so what I'm supposing here is you kind of just like wring out, you know, squeeze / juice your Salazzle to get the nectar, the sweet elixir that goes into our drink. 1.5 ounces of vodka, 3 raspberries, 3 blueberries, and a little bit of ice cubes. And you just put that all in your shaker. You know, shake it around, and then you blend it, because this is a smoothie, and then you pour that all into your nice little cup, and you've got a nice, delicious, cooling but also buzzing smoothie.
Excellent.
So you said that you visited Sobe's website.
Yeah,
What's Sobe up to? Because I feel like I haven't thought about them in years.
they're still kicking. You know, you go
Really?
to a 7-Eleven, any sort of convenience store, and they're still there. Maybe not as big of a presence as they did like 10 years ago, but they're still kicking.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I had one maybe within the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not very frequently as I used to, but they're delicious.
They also they've actually like besides the drinks, I saw they've gotten into the nut milk game with almond milk.
Oh, have they?
Sobeys nuts.
Yeah, they have.
We're
I
back.
knew that was
Oh,
coming.
we're so fucking back.
So, Evan, I was gonna say, are we gonna like slam like a hard kiva juice before we go on an airplane? Since you brought up an airport in this.
I mean,
context?
yeah, like isn't that just the start to the journey? You get, alcoholic kiva juice at the airport. You get your little airplane bottles on the flight. Like we're set.
It's 9 a.m. and I have to have my alcoholic kiva juice.
I never really thought about the idea of an alcoholic smoothie, but the more that I think about it, the more I like it. It's kind of like
that's essentially like a frozen margarita, right? Like that's basically
Right.
an
Yeah,
alcoholic
basically.
smoothie.
Well, and also they have like slushies of different cocktails too. It's
Actually,
at
yeah,
some
maybe
places.
that's more of a slushy. Maybe a smoothie is like, I'm just gonna take my apples and my bananas, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of rum to it or something. And
Well, but I like
I mean,
this
that
one
sounds
better
good,
because
no.
it's like fresh fruit. Like that's, I mean, that sounds really good actually. So
Exactly.
I'm
Amp it up a
kind of
little
feeling
bit.
this.
Yeah, I love it. All right, let's move on to the next entry in our main event here. Ian, what do you have for us?
So I want to draw your attention to some of the flavor text.
All right.
Do it.
Salazzle emits a poisonous gas that contains sweet-smelling pheromones, which attract the males.
Okay.
The gas can also be diluted to make perfumes. Salazzle forces the males Salandit it has attracted to serve it and bring it food, and those that are unable to are punished with flaming slaps.
Oh,
Jeez.
Shit.
The dominatrix
let's go.
of Pokemon.
Exactly. So
she knows what she wants and she's gonna get it,
or it's you're fucking done.
or you're gonna get it.
Yeah. So naturally, like first thing I searched was like most dominating food. And
What food dominates the most?
Yes. In a BDSM relationship, which food should I be as the dom?
that's the thing, Google couldn't tell me.
Google can't tell.
Can ChatGPT tell us? I'll get back to you on that.
Let me know. I need to know.
Most sexually dominating food.
Yeah. Well, look, if ChatGPT can't recognize the most famous hedgehogs in the world, I don't know if he'll be able to determine the most sexually dominant of all the food items.
And I guess maybe not sexually dominant, maybe just dominant in general, right? Are you just looking for like some
Yeah, I'm just looking-
power relationship thing? Is that what's going
Yeah,
on?
just I mean, up for interpretation. I mean, what's the most
Okay.
dominating food? Just give me a
Just
straight
the
answer.
most
Google.
dominating.
Wouldn't it
Okay.
be something spicy?
Or would it be banana? I don't know. Who's to say?
Maybe. Well, I was
Well,
also
look-
maybe thinking like a colonial like crop of some sort. Maybe is the most dominating food, but
Well, so
Um,
you're not wrong. So bananas number 10. Number 1 is rice. It's just kind of like it's everywhere.
it dominates the world.
guess
And then
that's true.
I asked if rice would dominate me, and it says as an AI language model, I don't have the capability to dominate or exert control over anything or anyone.
That's not what we're asking. We're asking if this
Way to
rice
skirt the
can
question, ChatGPT.
We're asking if this rice can make a nice ball gag for us. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, a nice like a
Rice ball.
rice ball gag.
Yeah, rice ball gag.
Oh, that coming to the I Choose You merch store.
No, we'll just write the recipe for it. You can make this at home.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Well, okay, but all I'm saying, if it's like a food that's dominating me, it's probably like spicy or sour or something. Like,
Like it brings you to
Dominating your
knees.
taste buds.
yeah, it's like roasting me personally. Okay, you don't have to agree, but that's just my opinion on this situation.
No, I'm
Fair.
not gonna disagree. I'm just all I can say is like for those of you who are worried that AI is gonna like blow us all up, can't even answer a simple fucking question.
No. We asked AI the fucking easiest questions imaginable. Like,
Yeah,
who's the most popular hedgehog?
dominating me with food.
Which food will dominate me? We can't fucking figure it out. Our show's
very
too
least-
complex.
Philosophy professors have no concern. Like AI can't take their job.
Yes. Yeah, because every PhD in philosophy is like, all right, guys, we're gonna go to our seminar today, and the topic is which food dominates you.
So next thing I searched for was like dominatrix foods or like dominatrix meals,
Like
and I found
foods
this
that one would eat if they
That-
were a
that-
dominatrix.
exactly,
Okay.
or like maybe someone would prepare. I don't know, like maybe it's like they bring you the food and it's like wrapped in leather.
Sure.
I found a Vice article. Here's the title: This BDSM food blog combines kink with serious cooking.
Oh,
All right. Okay.
How serious is this cooking?
See Mistress Cook is a food blog for lovers of foraging and fine dining who also like their meals with a side of whips, ropes, and leather.
Okay. All right.
And it goes on about how food and sex have always been intertwined and intimate and body, all that. The last highlights here before I go on to the actual website is she has I wish I had sent this to the group, but I'll let you guys look at this image. It's a guy in assless chaps barbecuing.
Nice.
All right.
Perfect.
Okay, cool.
But her tagline is, "Let me whip something up for you."
Nice.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, very
Okay,
funny.
okay.
Oh.
And she also spent 5 years training as a dominatrix at a BDSM chateau called La Domaine SMR, which claims on their website that, quote, "We might abuse your body, but our food never will."
So it won't give me the shits.
Yeah.
It's a
Unless you're
bold
into
claim.
that.
So looking around on her name's Mistress Blunt on her website.
It
There's
sounds
an
like
article
this kind of thing.
from 2020. Pomegranate molasses and fennel seared lamb with Mistress Lucy Sweetkill. So it's basically she
Whoa.
interviews other dominatrix and prepares a meal for them, and they eat together and talk about their
Wow.
mutual
Interesting.
kink interests.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. Kind of talks. Yeah. If you are interested. Oh, by the way, this is my 69th tab on my phone, so that's pretty cool
Nice.
too.
Fuck yes.
We're back, baby.
It's all coming together.
We're so back. God damn.
And so that's what we're gonna make is the pomegranate molasses and fennel seared salazzle.
Nice.
So I don't know to what extent this presupposition works, but get your salazzle chops, like lamb chops, but
Okay.
salazzle. And I guess pomegranate molasses is already a thing because the recipe I could find for it, it already existed. It's three tablespoons of pomegranate molasses.
I imagine you just take pomegranate seeds and boil it or put it in a saucepan until it starts getting all gooey.
Yeah, I
It's-
guess so.
It's
But
not
like
if you let a pomegranate over ripen, you just open it and it's liquidy
Molasses inside.
Molasses inside.
Maybe I just not super versed in it. But nonetheless, you're gonna take the molasses and get garlic powder, onion powder, just you're making this nice marinade for the salazzle shanks. And pretty simple. You take the salazzle shanks, do them in salt and pepper, throw them in your cast iron grill, get a nice sear on there, take them out, and put them over with the fennel on the plate, drizzle the pomegranate sauce over the top, and spank the shit out of the person across from you, assuming they're not a family member. And
Huge caveat.
Yeah.
Wow. That
Sounds really good.
if I could eat like that, I probably would, be a dominatrix too. That sounds great.
Sick.
And I like the pomegranate aesthetic for salazzle. I think that the color comes through probably.
That works pretty
on the-
well.
on the
Do you think
sauce.
it's like a blue purple steak chop
Interesting.
with the red
Yeah.
on top? I think that'd look good.
Yeah,
And then
I think so too.
it would also have maybe a little bit of a black crust from
Ooh, yes.
being in the cast iron.
Oof.
A little blackened salazzle.
Sign me up.
Love it. Jeremy, what about you?
Okay, let me play two straight. This name came up into my mind first, and then I worked backwards from there.
All right,
Summertime, hot time, summer in the city. Our necks are hot and gritty, right? So we want to cool off a little bit. So we don't want to turn on the oven. We don't want to turn on the stove. What we want is a nice, cool, refreshing, and tangy salazzle. That's right. We're making a salazzle salad.
Salazzle for the lads.
Yes, salazzle. And we're making a village vinaigrette salazzle. And basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut up some cucumbers, some tomatoes, some red onion, feta cheese, Kalamata olives, dill. And then we're gonna get some nice lettuce to add to that as well, and we're gonna make our vinaigrette dressing. And instead of using lemon juice, we're gonna use some Salazzle extract since it's a poison type. I'm assuming that if what doesn't kill you has a nice tangy kind of taste to it. So
like Kelly Clarkson's famous hit, "What doesn't kill you has a nice tang to it."
Yes. What doesn't kill you only makes you tankier, in my opinion. And we're going to make a nice specialized vinaigrette dressing with the Salazzle. And we're going to make our salad, make our vinaigrette dressing, which has olive oil, Salazzle juice, red wine vinegar, shallots, garlic, Dijon mustard, lemon zest, dried oregano, dried basil, salt, and black pepper. Mix that all together. Pour it on your salad. Serve it as either like an appetizer for like a lunch, or make it your whole fucking lunch. Get a giant bowl of it and just like go to fucking Pound Town on this Salazzle.
Yes.
And it will cool you the fuck off during this hot summer, kind of situation. Yeah. Crack open a delicious LaCroix to go with it. Maybe have some like watermelon. And bada bing, bada boom, there you go. You've got your fucking lunch in the hot time summer in the city. Yes, Ian.
In your professional opinion,
okay,
you're preparing a salad. Do you break down the lettuce with a knife or with your hands?
I guess I usually use a knife in most cases.
Interesting.
I think it depends on the type of salad. Like a romaine is really easy to chop up with a knife, but like a butter lettuce or something is probably easier to do it with your hands.
Ben, Ian, do you always do it with your hands?
Usually, I like breaking it into bite-sized pieces. I find it gives you like a little more. I like the aesthetic of it, the way it looks, but also gives you that rustic. The way
it's like every little piece is its own little snowflake that you've created in that moment. Like
I rip
no
every single
one piece is like the other.
It takes me 2 hours because I rip every single piece into the shape of a heart.
And you give it a little kiss before you put it in your salad.
Yeah,
the salad is painstakingly recreated.
Yeah.
I tuck in every cherry tomato with a little heart-shaped leaf.
Wow.
A little kiss, a little smooch.
And how does that make your salad feel?
The opposite of my BDSM recipe.
Okay.
Loved and cared for.
Yes.
So I have to say, Jeremy, of any of the Pokemon, I feel like Salazzle is definitely giving vinaigrette. Like,
I would think so.
God damn, this is a vinaigrette Pokemon for sure.
Yes. Like she could be a bottle. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like
figure.
Yes, like it's like a sexy Aunt Jemima situation.
We're not talking about this.
Yes. This bottle is thick, and you give it a nice squeeze, vinaigrette comes out. Oh, baby.
And I will say that we've been making a lot more salads recently because it's so hot, and it's like a nice, dinner that's not like heavy or, feels like you're adding to your own body temperature. Just like cool you off a little bit. Who man?
Ben,
good homemade salad is like fucking prime.
Ben, I'm not gonna roast you too much, but isn't it only like 80 degrees in San Diego?
Oh, yeah, but it's still hot, Jeremy. Doesn't deny that it's... I mean, it's hotter than usual, like... And a salad tastes fine anytime.
Anytime.
If it's sunny out and you're feeling hot, a salad will cool you off. Just like a nice succulent sipper.
Mm-hmm. Is it cooling you off, or is it just kind of disappointing?
No, it's just still disappointing. Oh, yeah,
that's
I don't know if I'd recommend it for anyone.
Where'd you buy this, Ben, so I can avoid it?
It was just at one of the liquor stores nearby.
Okay.
Avoid the liquor store or avoid?
Yes.
I'm glad you didn't buy a 12-pack of it.
The only reason why I bought it was because there was singles of them. So that's why we're here. If they would sell singles of the Sunny D Seltzer, we could maybe get a review.
Oh,
but everywhere sells singles if you try hard enough, Ben.
I'll leave that to the Sunny D Corporation to reach out and fucking send me some. Now that we're drink influencers on YouTube and TikTok, send it. Now, make it happen.
Sunny D, we will say nice things about your alcoholic beverage if you give it to us for free.
We will not make a single Sunny D's Nuts joke if you send us your beverage.
Unless you want us to, of course.
Yeah.
We'll even cut out the part of the episode where we made that joke. We will.
Yeah,
We
we'll
will
go
do
back.
it.
Upload it.
It's just going to be that 3 times. All right. Let's review our recipes. From Ben, we have Salazzle fajitas, Salazzle. What did you call them? Salazzitas? Sazzlin fajitas. That's what you call them.
Salazzle. Yeah.
Salazzlin, excuse me. From Evan, we have a Salazzle like hard kiva juice drink with like the sobe lizard on it.
It had a good name, actually.
The Razzmatazz Salazzle smoothie.
Okay, there you go. I'm sorry I forgot that. There's, again, multiple marks. From Ian Davis, we have... What did it have a funny name? Did yours have a funny name, Ian? Or is it just like BDSM Salazzle dinner with pomegranates?
Yeah, pomegranate molasses with fennel seared Salazzle.
Okay. There you go. And for me, we have a Salazzle. So I'm going to let everyone vote. And once we voted, Ben is going to tell us who the winner is. Oh, Ben, do you know who the winner is already?
I do. And it's me. I have 50% of the vote, and then Ian got a vote, and Evan got a vote.
Delicious.
Nice. Excellent.
Wow.
Well, I think back from our break, we all did a great job. We're laughing, we're crying, adventure, romance, all that in a single episode of I Choose You. All right. Let's move on to everyone's favorite section of the show. It's called Whale Lord's Mail Horde. It's where we read your emails sent into ichoosepod@gmail.com. Evan, can you read this email from Mike?
Mike, this is a long time coming too, because there was multiple drafts of this email sent to us and multiple revisions. This one is Salazzle 1 final for real this time, for real, with the original submission date of April 15th, 2023.
Nice.
Wow.
And Mike says, "Aloha, boys," or should I say, "Alola, boys."
Let's go.
Frisbee tosses a flower layer around my neck.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, me only, of course. And the first episode of season 7, a whole new world to cook in. Feels good to be here, just in time for summer. Let's set the table, shall we? Salazzle, as a Pokemon, has some interesting lore because male Salandit don't even evolve, and Salazzle have competitions to see who can collect the largest harem of male Salandit.
Nice.
Total girl boss move.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do you know who else have been known to compete over whose collections are the largest? If you said Europe during the age of colonialism, you're right.
Talk about a dominating food.
Oh,
Yes.
Let's go.
What a dominating force.
Yes.
Little known fact, Jeremy recently went on a trip to ... And you know what the Portuguese are famous for colonizing? That's right, Brazil. All right. With the table set, coming out of the kitchen hot is some Salazzle, Razzle, Dazzle, Rodizio.
I don't know what this is.
Let's begin. To start off, we're going to need a shiny Salazzle. To prepare our Salazzle to be cooked, we're going to gut and clean the meat. Next, we're going to spice it with traditional Rodizio spices. I don't know what those particular spices are, so if you know, please inform me, Mike, not me, Evan, because I don't want to know. But as the age-old presuppositions go, Salazzle probably packs a punch in the heat department. As for the poison aspect, I presuppose that we'll be taking the poison sac or gland or whatever out when we process our meat, but I assume it adds something special to flavor. Once spiced and prepared, we're going to slide our whole hog onto a spit and cook it rotisserie style, because apparently that's all that Rodizio means, food cooked while rotating.
Okay.
Now we're going to add some special ingredients to really amp up our dish. Truffle oil to rub our meat down. We're going to use some fancy gemstone salt and to add some sparkle. Spoiler alert, there's a lot of salt in Brazilian rodizio. And finally, when the meat is 99% cooked, we're going to wrap the whole hog in edible silver leaf, so it resembles a shiny salazzle. And this concludes our razzle-dazzle portion of the program. Much like fugu, there's a risk of being severely poisoned by this meal, so make sure you go to a reputable rodizio and churrascaria joint. Also, Salazzle has an ability called corrosion, which means it can poison steel-type mons that are otherwise immune to poison. So you're going to need some really fancy, durable cutlery to even eat it. One drop of that raw Salazzle juice gets loose, and you're going to be like Captain Dallas in Alien in 1979, saying, nice. That crap's going to eat through the hull. And in this case, the hull is your body or home. Listen, wow. Evan, I know I cooked this monstrosity, but I don't know if I can put my whole heart behind eating it because you're probably going to die. But hey, if you don't die, they put your picture on the wall of fame and a T-shirt.
Nice.
You son of a bitch, I'm in. Finger guns, winky face. This shirt is bad ass. Anyway, it's going to be tossed on Island Time with the boys and the Choosies. So cheers. It's great to be on Island Time. Yeah, it is. It sure is. Cheers to season 7. Aloha, Mike.
All right.
Thanks so much for writing in, Mike. I know you've done it multiple times. This is a long delayed episode. Speaking of which, Ben, can you read this email from Jay?
Yeah, this is a email not related to Salazzle, but we're going to read it anyway. First off, nothing weird this time, supposedly. No Floatzel gland drinks or pendulous titty bar ventures. No sloppy Vaporeon dogs or Lopunny sweat cakes, excuse me. Today, I have to share a secret Midwest classic, which is apparently not found outside Illinois. To quote Guy Fieri about this dish, quote, "That's a mess," which is saying something. Mm-hmm. It's a damn shame, too, because they're so delicious. We'll be making and eating horseshoes, or Mudbray/Mudsdale shoes. A typical Mudsdale shoe consists of 2 thick, buttery slices of toast. One slice is a Mudsbray shoe, and we aren't children, so slap down 2 on the plate. That is the metaphorical track. Next is your meats. Usually it's a hamburger patty, but you can use whatever meat. You can use Mill Tank patties, but don't you dare darken the doorstep of a Hooters ever again. You can't eat Pokemon with jobs. I love that qualification. Yes, we can't eat Pokemon, but if they are employed, do not fucking dare.
Don't you even try.
Trying to get their bag. So we'll use Tauros, Buffalon, or Camerupt meat, who apparently can't be employed. You can use only one of the many ham Pokemon. It's said in Midwestern lore, the first horseshoe sandwich. Does anyone know what this is? I have no idea what this horseshoe is.
I don't know what this is, and I like that this person's like, I'm going to drop some Midwestern lore on you. Some deep lore about Minnesota.
Can someone really quickly look up what a horseshoe sandwich is? Because I
assume it's just a regular sandwich cut in the shape of a horseshoe.
It's got to be horseshoe shaped, right? Maybe it's a croissant.
Man, what a waste of bread if you have to cut
bread.
it out to look like that.
Okay. It's okay. It's an open-faced sandwich that has a bunch of French fries on it.
Okay.
Can you send a picture?
Sure, I'll get that to you.
Not sure how this is horseshoe related.
Okay, but so there's also some meat involved. Okay, so yeah.
Yes.
The first horseshoe sandwich was made with ham because the thick slice had the curve of an actual horseshoe. Okay. Either way, that'll be our metaphorical hoof.
That's not even a sandwich. That's just
Whoa.
That's like biscuits and
I will
gravy
say that
with
is some
fries.
dark Midwestern lore that I'm looking at right now. Because it's just fucking French fries and gravy on top of bread and fried
Midwest
meat.
poutine.
Yes.
It is like poutine, but with a piece of toast underneath, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and next in this recipe says the French fries, or Diglett fries. Make sure they're well cooked because we're about to slop them up. Pile them high. The fries represent the nails in the horseshoe, apparently.
What the fuck?
Next,
Place your nails
That's
like
a lot of
pickup
fucking lore.
sticks.
I'm sending you another picture, and it's the official Wikipedia picture of a horseshoe sandwich. And I'm sorry, Jay, but this looks insanely unappetizing.
Oh my god, that's so terrible.
You know it has to taste really fucking good though. Like,
Oh, I'm sure.
It does.
You just hate
already.
yourself when you eat it.
Yeah. The fries represent the nails in the horseshoe. Oh, I already read that. Next is the most important part, a good cheese sauce. The meal tanks at Hooters make an in-house beer cheese sauce. Oh, fuck. They're really dropping the Midwest on us now. That's to die for. Make sure your sauce isn't too thin, as it'll just make the bread into soup, but also not too thick, or it makes it unappetizing halfway through this monster of a meal. Wow, I can't imagine being, like, getting halfway through this and suddenly not being able to eat it. Seriously.
An impossible situation.
The plate also... wait, sorry, I skipped some stuff. Halfway through the monster of the meal. The plate also represents the anvil, and the sauce represents sweat or mud or good old-fashioned hard work. I don't know.
I like a sauce that represents good old-fashioned hard work.
I also like that everything in this sandwich supposedly represents something.
I love that.
It's a very metaphorical sandwich.
Yeah, it's an abstract sandwich.
This is kind of like the menu. It's my favorite meal. Okay, I don't know if this is in character or if this is true. It's my favorite meal, and it makes me sad that more places outside Illinois don't have them. They're the most modular food item as well, since you can usually order at least 3 or 4 different meats, or substitute cheese for gravy, or add both cheese and gravy.
Holy shit.
Make the fries into tater tots or hash brown. Horseshoes are a land of contrasts, supposedly. Anyway, thank you for always putting out a wonderful episode. After Dark type trainer Jay.
Wow. Well, I did learn about a new type of sandwich. I will say
Yeah.
that.
That was pretty good.
Sandwich is pretty loose, I will say, though. That's just like, it's just kind of like a casserole or something. Like, I mean, it's just like, it's just a plate.
Ben, I know that like Midwesterners have like like an impulse to make things into casseroles, but this isn't in like a casserole dish. It's like French fries on bread.
Yeah, it's true, but yeah.
Do you think, not to spoil anything, but do you think that Ken from the Barbie movie would really enjoy a horseshoe meal?
Oh, yeah.
He's a
They'd
horseshoe
have
kind
him-
of guy.
They'd have him served at the Mojo Dojo Casa House for sure.
Yes, he's a real horse boyo. So
Yes.
I definitely agree with that. All right, thanks so much for writing in, Jay. We always appreciate a fun new recipe being exposed to us for the first time. But now is the part of the show where we pick next week's Pokemon in a section I like to call Pick-a-mon. Evan, can you randomly generate a number between 722 and 809?
It's been so long since we've done this.
Yeah.
Luckily, I remembered to pull up the generator. 776.
All right. 776 is, how do I say this? Turtonator is how you say it.
Oh,
Turtonator.
yeah, Turtonator. Yeah,
Turtonator.
The Turdinator.
The Turtonator. It's the flathead turtle Pokemon that is a fire type. It's pretty goofy looking, gotta say.
Excellent.
It's a good one. It's like a snapping turtle, kind of.
Yes, it is like it is like a snapping turtle kind of situation. So send in your Turtonator recipes next week to the show, ichoosepod@gmail.com. All right, now we're going to do plugs. Tell us where you can find your stuff on the internet. Let's start with Ben.
You can follow me on Twitter at Ben C. Montoya, or
Where can I follow you, Ben?
Excuse me. Right. I'm sorry. Yeah. Twitter doesn't exist anymore, and all memory of it has been erased and replaced with X.
X.com.
The ultimate variable. Because that's just a little insight into the mind of fucking Elon Musk. But yeah, you can follow me on that website that will not be named.
Formerly
at
known
Ben
as
C.
Twitter.
Montoya. Or on Tumblr at thefearandnow.tumblr.com. And you can also listen to a brand new podcast that I have produced and edited and sound designed right after this episode, if you're interested. It's called Hang Up from Radiotopia, and it's a dating show with no rings attached. It's a reality dating show that all takes place over the phone, and it's a lot of fun. One person gets eliminated every week, and yeah, I'm really excited for it to be out. Give it a listen. Hit me up if you check it out, and go ahead and follow Hang Up on all of the social media accounts at Hang Up Show is the tag. So yeah, go listen to Hang Up.
Excellent. Ian, where can we find you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Musician Davis. I'm planning on getting some new bass videos out this year, so you're definitely going to want to follow that closely. You can also follow me at Ian Reynolds Photo. That's my wedding photography business. If you're getting married, if you have a significant other, if you have a family, if you're just fucking career oriented and you need some headshots,
Maybe you just graduated from clown college.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just like, maybe you're feeling really cute and might delete later.
Yeah.
Hit me up.
There you go.
I can. I'll photograph it for you at a very reasonable rate. I'm booking up pretty quick this coming year, so smash that like button.
All right. Evan, what do you got for us?
You too can follow me on x.com at _Van Aubrey. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know. I'm gonna say if anyone out there feels like an artiste or just likes to make some things I Choose You related, and it could be featured on our various platforms. It could even be featured elsewhere. I don't know. It could be merch. Hit me up. Email me at ichoosepod@gmail.com if you're interested, and let's chat.
Yeah. Cool.
All artists welcome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's a paid gig, so this is not free shit.
There you go.
So
There you go.
Cool. You can follow me on X at Velocity Prime 1. You can follow me on Tumblr at Velocity Prime No One. You can check out my writing at the-avocado.org. That's the-avocado.org. Jeremy Zalick for my writings about enjoyable subjects such as movies and television programs. And then, yeah, that's where I'm hanging out. And I think, it's time to wrap up our glorious return to I Choose You. This has been I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. You can download us on your favorite podcasting app, including Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, or your podcast catcher of choice. If you like our show, give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to help us go up the ranks. If you want more I Choose You goodness, you can check out our social media pages. I Choose Pod on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and now we always got to give Mr. Zuckerberg his due. We have a Threads account, so follow us there as well. If you've
And
Tumblr.
And
Tumblr.
We're going to be posting on Tumblr now.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so fucking basically every social media site that's not a weird forum for like incels, we've got you covered. I guess we don't have an official Reddit page, so maybe we got to get on top of that.
no real 4chan account yet.
Yes, no. When is our Truth Social account going to go up?
No.
You don't want to fucking hear the truth, which is that you can eat Pokemon. The mainstream media won't tell you this. Anyway, you can also, if you want to be a part of the I Choose You community, we've got a fucking Discord. And the Discord is great. You can go there and hang out with fellow choosies, send in recipes, participate in community events. We're trying to sort that out as we begin our new season. Head over. Links are available in the episode description every week. And I think that about covers it. So, for I Choose... Oh, no. I can't believe it. I almost forgot, which is our official website, ichooseyou.menu. ichooseyou.menu has a full episode archive and merch store, all designed by one Evan Aubrey. Once again, that's ichooseyou.menu. Okay, it's been 4 weeks. I got the housekeeping out. So, I Choose You.
Let me say one more thing, which is that we are 200 episodes in. We're 201 episodes in. Mm-hmm. If you're listening to this and have been for many years, you know what? Go ahead and share this with a friend or someone that you think would like this, and you can do it in really easy ways. You can go to our YouTube page and just share one of our videos that's like 3 minutes long, and just send them and be like, hey, there's this new show, or there's this show that's been going on for a long time,
It's not
and
very
I love
new.
it, and they're putting out new episodes now, and go listen to I Choose You. So
Yeah, if you want to share a TikTok with your grandmother,
there you
this
go.
would be the one.
Though I don't know, maybe if Grandma saw I Choose You, she would die.
And that's okay too.
Yeah.
But just that you never forget the value of a word of mouth promotion for a program like this, and we appreciate your support over the many years. But just every once in a while, just share it with a friend.
Yeah. I heartily endorse this sentiment. All right. I think that wraps it up for this week's episode. Thanks for coming back. Hot time summer in the city. I've been your host and Alton Brown of the group, Jeremy Zielik.
I've been your friend on the show, Ben Montoya.
I've been your Vivian Westwood, Ian Davis.
And I still am Evan Aubrey.
To all the choosies out there in Radioland, in a while, Totodile.
We've been consuming, presuming, leguming, cracking cans and having feasts, munching, crunching, slurping, Pokemon and Ultra Beasts. I choose you. Season 7's our destiny. Let's eat some Alolan food. I choose you.